Today, along with us, we have Basavaraj, currently working as a PM at Revelytics. He shifted to PM role recently in 2024. His journey from data to product management offers valuable insights into career transitions and the skill needed to succeed in the PM role. Thank you, Basavaraj, for taking the time to speak with us today. Uh, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Abid, for inviting me.
Yeah. Can you tell us a bit about your company? What does it do, and like what is your role specifically in there?
Sure. So currently I'm working at Revelytics as a junior PM. So Revelytics is a revenue ops analytical platform for marketing and sales team. So basically we help these serve for enterprise client and help marketing and sales team in a company to help them enhance their GTM practices, sales efforts. We are one-stop platform where we have a couple of integrations for marketing and sales, where we consolidate data from all these integrations and help them view in a more broader way, more provide more insightful via comprehensive reports, alerts, and so forth, which will help them in get in-depth understanding of their how their campaign is behaving, their sales team is performing. And here I'm majorly involved in product discovery part and user understanding the user adoption, their metrics, premium
Hmm.
launch of features,
Hmm.
right? Improvising existing things and take care of B2B integrations here and also closely work with marketing and customer success team with for any product releases, product demos, validating the customer request and so forth.
Hmm. Interesting. I think that's a very interesting space to solve. The marketing, I think marketing success ratio generally hovers in single digit. Like only 5% of what you spend is like ROIs and all are very low. So I think that's an
Yeah.
interesting company and an interesting space to solve for. Is it like a okay? I want to know more about Revelytics. Is it like an early stage startup? Where how long has it been since they've been doing this?
Yeah, it's a recent startup. It's been around three
Hmm.
years as of now.
Okay.
Started in 2022.
Okay. Nice. All right. I think my motive with talking with you today was majorly knowing about how was your transition from data to product management.
Hmm.
So, could you tell me a bit about like what was your previous role? What motivated you to shift to product management? We can start with that.
Sure. So previously I was working as a data engineer at
Hmm.
Metis, which was consulting firm where we used to serve for energy and e-commerce clients. So I was majorly working with energy client across European continent
Hmm.
in helping them build the data architecture, maintain ETL
Hmm.
pipelines in order to get insights on their sales and marketing efforts. So our clients used to run channel marketing campaigns across various channels, right?
Hmm.
LinkedIn, this Google Ad, 60 so forth, across various continent countries across the European
Hmm.
continent and bit of in India. So building pipelines for those and consolidating data from all the business units, which are countries, and bringing them to one dashboard, helping them build, understand their how their campaign is performing.
Hmm.
So that was 80% technical and bit of stakeholder management, majorly worked on Azure data stack.
Hmm.
So since my domain was bit similar to this marketing and sales domain, so one trade-off which I observed was compared to my previous role and this current
Hmm.
role which I'm working at Revelytics. So there's a client used to come to us to get any insight or let's say they want to add a particular column with some derived
Hmm.
metric, want to build a dashboard, want to modify something. They used to come to us, right? So that was more kind of they demand for that particular domain. But when I came across Revelytics as a platform, so it's like a no-code kind of tool where any person with with non-technical background can utilize it.
Hmm.
They can build their own custom metric dashboards without relying on
Hmm.
any technical teams, right? So that's what I felt is more into futuristic and more
Hmm.
demand in coming years, and also that align with my aspiration to be in a product role.
Uh,
So the way I concentrated was obviously to sharpen up my product skills along with technical because this role is mix of technical and analytical and product
hmm.
management. So the background really helped me. I guess anyone transitioning to focus on their current domain and get into that.
Hmm.
That would really help
Okay.
them initial transition.
Was you saying that like you looked for a or you kind of searched for a role where you could combine the expertise that you had gained in your previous role, but it also had a
Yeah.
flavor for product management. So, in a way, like your prior experience is what built you for this role. On top of it, it was like a next step that product management was also there, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
So my previous experience in tech
Hmm.
and some understanding of the domain, like marketing and
Hmm.
sales, that is what helped me. And then rest about PM and all, I think I learned it in my current role from scratch.
Okay. Okay. Nice. That's an interesting perspective. So you're saying that anyone who is trying to shift to PM role, maybe they should kind of try to leverage their past experiences. Hmm.
Yeah, that would really help
Hmm.
them, like either transition internally within the team or getting into that
Hmm.
company which is in similar space or
Hmm.
similar domain.
Okay, okay. Also, like while you were applying to these PM roles, I'm sure you might have applied to other roles also, additional to Revlytics.
Yeah.
So, did you feel that since you had you did not have product management experience, you were you what were the disadvantages that you felt like?
Yeah, first of all, people look for some kind of product
Hmm,
experience, especially even in back in
hmm,
2023, because that time the market was a bit
hmm,
low for freshers, especially
hmm,
because already of people with our experience have some kind of product experience. So that was one of the
hmm,
drawback for me,
hmm,
especially. Also, some companies look for tier one, tier two companies,
hmm,
colleges along with some product experience, and people do have that.
hmm,
Start from the college as an internship or some
hmm,
junior role. So those were drawback for me.
hmm.
And even though I had some technical expertise and keen about product management, but people look for actual experience in product roles.
Okay.
And some companies prefer their domain experience,
Hmm.
especially in this field. So those were the drawbacks.
Hmm. So, okay, so you had the domain experience, which covered in somewhat for the product management experience, and I think that's how you got this role. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
And like, how long does this transition take? How long did it take to prepare for interviews? What sort of preparation did you do? Can you share a bit about that?
Yeah, I think it took me around 6 to 8
Hmm.
months overall. Basically, I started preparing back before 6 months itself, like end of
Hmm.
2022. And I used to participate in rounds by TPF. So that really helped me because that helped me leverage my PM skills, like how to present in of stakeholders, get some network as
Hmm.
well. So that boosted up my profile a bit. Then took a course at
Hmm.
Nextleap. That also helped me structure my thinking
Hmm.
preparation. So I think it took around 8 months, applied across various companies, and finally got into analytics.
Okay, so you're saying it's a 6 to 8 month long roadmap. Patience is needed, right?
Yeah, definitely in that time.
Hmm. You said you're talking about Next Leap, so I think it's a good product management course. What sort of
Mm.
help did that provide? Like, I think like there are broadly two sorts of thing that you could look for. One is like it helps you learn skills and then learn PM skills, learn the jargon, and then the second thing is it helps you helps build your network, get into the interview doors and all those things. So where did Next Leap help you the most?
So that helped me in shaping my structure thinking and for preparing.
Hmm.
So basically, the main motive for me to join Xleap was not to get role from them because I know there'll be people who already have
Hmm.
prior experience and companies hiring would be very
Hmm.
minimal, right, from this on type of course. But the way the learning was, the mentors we got on weekly
Hmm.
basis. Then after that, once the course was completed, we had a grad project which we had
Hmm.
to do end to
Hmm.
end. Right, so that helped us, and also after that we had to do hiring manager
Hmm.
interviews to get the career service. So that really helped me to prepare myself for interviews in general.
Hmm.
The overall journey helped me for preparing and for
Hmm.
interviews while I was doing it.
Okay.
So I think that helped me apart from just getting the career
All
service.
right. All right. Or was there like, okay, so it helped you structure your thinking. So these are very kind of soft skills that, structured thinking, how to communicate, how to get your point across. Uh, were there any hard skills like, let's say, some sort of tool, maybe something about agile, maybe something related to Scrum management? did they teach such, like, I have two questions. Did they teach such sort of skills? And if yes, did it help you in your current job? And if even if they don't teach such skills, in your current experience, do you feel the need for such sort of hard skills in a PM role?
Yeah, they did teach us like on
Hmm.
Figma, right? So we had a couple of sessions on the Figma and we took some of the case studies to build the Figma
Hmm.
wireframes and all. And on the data part, we went on the case-based SQL solving
Hmm.
problems, right? With cohort
Hmm.
analysis. So I think that really helped me because I was aware about data part and all, but coming about the Figma, the design part, so that was really
Hmm.
new. So again, obviously that was not into the depth, I
Hmm.
would say, but given the time frame of that course and the mode of that course, that was more than enough to get started
Hmm.
at least. And from there, I took up and that when I joined the Revlitics, so when I started working with the designers, so that I felt easy to understand and communicate with.
Hmm. Okay. Okay, so you're saying that since as a PM you have to communicate with these various roles and then people in these
Yeah,
various roles like development, UX design, all of them have their tools to talk uh, through which they communicate and they have the jargon. So if like in Next Leap, that gave you a basic flavor for these tools, and that's what help you in communicating. But at the end of the day, it's again
yeah,
communicating only, right? Again, in a PM role,
yeah,
it's so there's no hard like tool that you need for PM. It's yeah, because you need to communicate with these people, maybe you need their tools. But do you also feel need for any specific like is there? I'm just asking you the way there is Figma for designers, is there something for product managers?
yeah. I guess these days that has increased with start of AI
Hmm.
tools, right? Basically, when I have started using it for let's say refining
Hmm.
the PRD or let's say from if you see the overall product management life cycle, it starts from user
Hmm.
research, right? Consolidating all the customer requirement,
Hmm.
validating it. So that is very fragmented,
Hmm.
right, as of
Hmm.
now. Everything is spread across spreadsheet, Notion,
Hmm.
and all. So seen couple of products which have come up which help PMs to consolidate and structure their
Hmm.
working
Hmm.
methodology, right? Like doing market
Hmm.
research, getting all the requirement at one
Hmm.
place. Right? I think recently I've gone through one of the product which is startup like Plus Gen.
Hmm.
So it's a one-stop solution for PMs.
Okay.
They do get to have all the integrations set
Hmm.
up there. They help in doing market research, right? Defining
Hmm.
PRD. So I think those kind of tools will help us
Hmm.
really.
Okay. Okay. Nice, man. That's a nice perspective. What like Figma did for designers, maybe AI is going to
Yeah,
do for product managers. Yeah.
exactly. Like there are many couple of AI-based tools and products
Hmm.
coming up. Just to name Pulse Gen is one which I
Hmm.
recently figured out.
Hmm. Got it. Got it. I think nice, nice. Okay, I'll take you back to the shifting part. So before you had shifted to product management, what was your expectation? Like if you can list down two, three expectations that once you land a PM role, this is what you'll be doing. And then did those meet? Were there any surprises? Like if you can share something on that front.
Yeah, so like when I was preparing or having conversation with other
Hmm.
PMs, so I too got to know that it's more about ideating, implementing
Hmm.
those things, right? So the way we are judged in our
Hmm.
interviews, I really thought that would be my
Hmm.
day-to-day work, like doing RC and those
Hmm.
guesstimates, right? Designing work. Obviously, that was
Hmm.
there, that's still there in my work. But once that is done, next is execution
Hmm.
part. So that had never been
Hmm.
experienced, right? So obviously I was working with product owners and business leaders in my previous company at
Hmm.
Metis, had got some idea on that, but as a PM had never
Hmm.
experienced. And I think around 50%, 50 to 60%, that was the work. So that was very
Hmm.
surprising to me. So ideally, I know that after doing all this ideation and all, that is very small part
Hmm.
of that because that we do the
Hmm.
initial part. Next task is to execute and get the things
Hmm.
done to see the real numbers and the metrics, move the metrics
Hmm.
up, right? So that was very shocking to me, or that was very
Hmm.
surprising, which I was expecting, but not that.
Nice. Yeah, yeah. I think once all the ideation and all is done, I think that's when you get to the grunt of okay, now we know what to build, now let's get it built. That's also a major part of PM role, I think. Yeah.
And also, since I was working in startup, right? So I used to, I'm part of some team and task management
Hmm.
for handling the backlogs and those things. So that was really new
Hmm.
to me, which I had never
Hmm.
done. Obviously, most of people don't
Hmm.
like it, project management. They get into product, but doing those, following up on the
Hmm.
tasks, getting up the
Hmm.
backlogs, right? So that is also part of
Hmm.
my work, which I was not expecting at all.
Okay. Yeah, I think if we like if product management to if zero is product management, one is project management. I think every PM
Yeah,
roles lies somewhere between zero to one. Like you, it depends on the
yeah,
company to which side it's skewed. But I think
yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah, that's a great insight. Yeah. All right. On your current role, like being a PM, what is I think you have touched a bit about that, the ideation part and all, but if you have to like pinpoint what is one most rewarding experience of being a PM, where you feel like a sense of achievement, can you like pinpoint that?
Yeah. So I guess since I'm working in a startup, I'm closely work with the customer
Hmm.
success guy as well, which I mentioned earlier, and have frequent conversation with customers, like in the start of the requirement validation, like what they
Hmm.
really need, and then working with the designers and getting it
Hmm.
done, right, with the engineers, and then communicating back, like seeing their feedback and all. So that is one of the most rewarding because from start I'm
Hmm.
involved and seeing the customers use our platform
Hmm.
closely and what knowing what they feel, right? Not just from just review or something, but hearing from them personally. That is what is most rewarding. Like seeing your customers talk about your product in front of you after you have implemented it. Right? So that is one of the most
Hmm.
rewarding than any other task like me
Hmm.
ideating or getting requirement, getting more good ideas, working with
Hmm.
engineers. So that part is one of the most which I felt so
Hmm.
far.
Hmm. Okay, so it's like once you get things implemented and then once you see it succeeding, that's when you get
Yeah,
the okay, get a feel that hey,
yeah,
done
exactly.
something, we've done something, we have eased at least some part of customer pain. So I think that's yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's a great point. Even in my role, I think once we get to see the customers are using this, that is when it feels like okay, now we are succeeding.
yeah.
Nice. Okay, on the other part, what is the terrible? What is the something that you'll avoid, if possible?
Yeah, terrible based on my frequent experiences. Like sometimes whatever the customer
Hmm.
says, right? After some time they might
Hmm.
be wrong and we might have assumed it something else. So that recently happened to
Hmm.
me where customer they told us and we assumed what what they were
Hmm.
expecting, but actually was not the way we went wrong and we figured out that what customer was saying was wrong
Hmm.
ideally. So from their end the requirement was not clear or somewhat
Hmm.
misaligned, right? So as a PM it's up to validate
Hmm.
it, right? The customer requirement or what they are telling, whether it's technically feasible,
Hmm.
technically or business wise it's feasible
Hmm.
or not. And also second thing, they will tell something and at the end once it's implemented, they might
Hmm.
deny also. This is not the way we right. So all this can be
Hmm.
avoided if proper validation is
Hmm.
done. So basically customer will say, but at the end PM is there to
Hmm.
validate because they are the one who have understanding of customer requirement, product sense, and the business
Hmm.
goal, right? They have to combine these three to make a
Hmm.
decision. So I think that was one of the terrifying moment, and that still I'm learning it,
Hmm.
understanding, building all these skill
Hmm.
sets at once and utilizing it in the real
Hmm.
time.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's true. We all say that PM's job is to bring in customer perspective, but that perspective needs to be refined, and there needs to
Yeah,
be like validations and checkpoints in place so that you don't capture the wrong feedback or like the way you're saying that customers ask for it, but at the end of it, it's they might not end up buying it. So it's like You
Yeah.
are the one who needs to validate before like investing your company's resources. Nice. All right, I think I yeah, that's about it. Like, okay, so this call was about like if someone who is planning to shift, what should do they do? So like, can you summarize that in three, 4 points that if someone is planning to shift from let's say an engineering or data load role to a PM role, what are three, four things that they should do? What is it that they should avoid?
Sure. Yeah. Firstly, what they can focus on is if they can get internal transition if they're already in a
Hmm.
product based company, because they already know the product, they already know the team. It's easy for them to get
Hmm.
started get started working
Hmm.
with the team, right? So that would
Hmm.
really help them, or transition to some similar
Hmm.
company
Hmm.
in their domain, right? But if someone is not in a product based company or some other role, right? So what they can try doing is first get into some product based company in the role which they
Hmm.
are currently, be it data or engineering, and then they can transition, because getting into similar role in product based company is much more easier than this
Hmm.
PM role
Hmm.
currently, if you see, even for freshers as well, right? Seeing the market, even for experienced folks, it's more difficult nowadays. So better to focus on those problem solving skills, because you can still show your problem solving analytical skills without being in a PM
Hmm.
role as well, right? Or try to get to do something in your current role which is assistant
Hmm.
to PM role. You try to work with PM role, get some work, right? So that you can
Hmm.
showcase like building portfolio. And thirdly, what I had done in my initial days was to at least do some tier downs, right? Because that will boost your
Hmm.
confidence. You pair up with someone and know these things, and also help you can present to the stakeholders, and that might boost up your confidence and the
Hmm.
network as well. So that would end up getting you the work, because when I've done the tier down for Flowbiz, so that really helped
Hmm.
me to grab attention of other recruiters because they know this
Hmm.
company already. So something would catch up if you do that. And lastly, obviously, still prepare for those PM kind of interviews with those basic questions that people do RCA,
Hmm.
those that is useful. But what I've seen is people will take those interviews, but they still judge you on your past experience or the domain knowledge, which I already
Hmm.
mentioned. So better to be clear on those aspects, stakeholder
Hmm.
management, even if you're not in
Hmm.
product role. Like how did you navigate, even being
Hmm.
an engineer or in analytical or
Hmm.
data roles. So I think following this step would help them get into product role.
Hmm. Nice. I think yeah. Uh, what it might take some time, but do build a good foundation and then try to shift once you have like demonstrated those skills somehow. That helps in the interview also. So that's what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, did LinkedIn can people leverage LinkedIn somehow for this? Did you do that while you were transitioning to a PM role?
Sure, definitely. As I mentioned, right? So I'm very active on LinkedIn. I keep on posting my insights. Initially, for freshers, because recruiters keep on scouting profiles. Obviously, they scout
Hmm.
for experienced folks, but to that will help you in
Hmm.
long term, ideally. And also reaching out to recruiters
Hmm.
personally, because as a PM, you should know how to reach out personally and sell yourself, right? That is one of
Hmm.
the most skill set. So as and when there's a post, or even if there's no post on LinkedIn, you can leverage other platforms, right? As well found by computer,
Hmm.
where all the early stage startups are listed out.
Hmm.
So they might not list down their opening in the career portal on LinkedIn, but they do have internally. So you can directly reach out to the founders
Hmm.
or the recruiters with a personal message. So I think that would really help, apart from just applying on the LinkedIn or applying on career
Hmm.
sites.
Okay. Got it. Well, I think yeah, that those were nice insights, man. Thanks for taking out time and sharing your experience with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I hope people watching this would get some of their questions answered. So yeah, thank you.